Welcome to the Edmonton Journal, Edmonton Sun World Cup podcast. My name is Derek Van Diest, and we will be bringing you these podcasts throughout the World Cup tournament. Group G, Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and England. We will start with Michelle, with England. And who do you like in this group?
You know, this is a slightly odd group for me because two of my favorite teams are in here, Belgium and England. I have to support England. Yeah. I'm British. I have to. And if Wales isn't in here, it's got to be England as well. And they've got a really nice young team. They've got Sterling, Rashford. Goalkeeper struggled through his leagues. He's going to be there. But for me, I think the surprise here is going to be Belgium. Yeah. They have some pretty awesome players. They've got Hazard. Who's the other people that I really like in there? They've got Lukaku, De Bruyne, Company, Vermaelen. I mean, there's a lot of good players in this Belgium team. And it's a pretty good team because a lot of these players are actually playing in the Premier League at the moment. So they will have a good idea of how English teams play and other teams play as well. So I think Belgium is going to be the surprise winner of this group. I'm going to go with England. England couldn't have got a better group. If they don't get out of this group, I think they'll get lynched when they go back to England, to be completely honest with you, because it's Tunisia and Panama. Like, come on. Yeah. Seriously, if you have to get out of this group. So England's got a chance here.
Yeah, well, I'll go with Sean before we get to the Englishmen.
Well, we know Anthony's already. So.
Yeah.
But, I got to think of a story on Twitter that I saw a couple of weeks ago when they're talking about the betting odds. And England's 12-1 odds to win the World Cup. And so somebody's explaining, if you bet £10 and it's 12-1 odds, just to explain how that works, that means you'll lose £10 if you bet on England. But despite me being Scottish, I got to somehow think in my head a little bit here. But I think they are lucky to get the group that they have. But I do believe Belgium to get out. And just to reiterate, I think Michelle says the quality through the team there's quality. What I like too is Roberto Martinez. Well, you'll be happy, Anthony, the old Everton coach, who coaches this, because I think he understands the league really well. I just think everything I read about him. And I like to follow coaches and managers, and when he was at Everton, he was really well liked by the players, respected. So it wasn't he was a walkover, because I sometimes don't like these phrases of being a player's coach, but I think he really understands the international game. He'll understand these players and where they've come from, and he has some temperamental guys there, like Hazard. He did in Mourinho at Chelsea, yet the end of the season here, I thought was in great form. So I do believe that Belgium, if they get in form, can really surprise people. Not beyond, I think they'll get out of the group, even go further into the tournament, deep in the tournament. And I'm still not going to bet £10, but I'll let England go through as a second pick here.
£12.
All right, Anthony. What are your thoughts?
Surely we're getting out of this group. Come on. No, I'm excited this year, and I disagree about Belgium. I think they're going to be the biggest disappointment in the entire tournament. They're a team stacked with talent. Every single player is a fantastic player. Do they have a workhorse? Do they have a Kante in midfield that will do all the work while everyone else does all their fancy stuff? I don't think they do. I think Lukaku's overrated. And I think the biggest problem is Roberto Martinez. He has an amazing reputation. I don't think his problem is defensively. And when he first came to Everton, he took over David Moyes' team, which was an absolutely solid defensive unit. And so he did well by bringing his attacking players on and being more aggressive, but with those defensive players in. But over time, he completely lost defensive capability. And so I think they're going to struggle. I think England will win the group, but I have to say that. But we could have got a better group. We could have been in the next group, Group H. I remember when the draw was coming out and all the big teams were gone and England weren't there, and I'm like, the England team wasn't out the pot. We missed Brazil. We missed Argentina. We missed Germany. I was like, we're on here. We get Poland or Belgium. That's all that's left. And Belgium, I was like, we nearly got the dream group.
The dream group would have been a dream group.
So Group H is ridiculous.
So England wins that group. In your opinion?
I think England's going to do well in the tournament. I think it's 2 years too early.
Yeah.
They're such a young team. I think the next Euros, the next World Cup, I think we're going to be flying. With Sterling and Loftus-Cheek, these young guys coming through are nearly there, but not quite yet. We don't really have a proper leader. Yeah. Harry Kane's a good goal scorer, but he's a bit dopey and and then you're an Arsenal fan.
I know, but still.
But then like Henderson, he's not really a leader either. He keeps getting these captain roles, but he never seems to, at the final hurdle, he doesn't seem to be a strong enough character. So I think we're missing a proper John Terry, Gerrard, Beckham figure.
I think they're missing a real quality player who's going to break you down. At the top level, you need something special. You need a Messi. You need someone who's going to break you down. That's why about Modric and Rakitic, those are players who will break you down. But England, where they have is like winning under 17 World Cup, winning under 20 World Cup, then under 21 Euro, then 19. You know, they have great future coming up, I think. And so, but
there's a different atmosphere this year, though. It's very different atmosphere within the group. It doesn't seem the same as before. It doesn't seem the circus.
That's not what your media is saying.
Don't worry.
Can I just register my protest against Wilshere not being included in the team, please?
No.
Come on, you know we have to. Oh, I think this is going to be Gareth Southgate's team, really. So. And I kind of also feel that if the English team doesn't make it in this World Cup, or at least doesn't go fairly far, Southgate's going to have a lot to answer for. And with Arsene Wenger free, I think he could be the next England manager.
Oh my God.
Oh, come on. You know it's good.
And get everyone injured.
Yeah. Well, personally, I like Belgium. I think I've seen Belgium underperform in the last two tournaments. I thought they really underachieved at the Euro. They really underachieved at the World Cup. I've seen them play live twice at the World Cup and at the Euro 2 years ago. I think they finally put it together. I think they figure it out. They put it together, and they go on a very good run. I think they do win this group. But I think this will be like the Portugal-Spain group, where Belgium and England will kind of cancel each other out, and it'll be determined on how many goals they can put past Panama and how many goals they can put past Tunisia. And that's why it'll be important. That's why I feel bad for these smaller teams, because I think teams like England and Belgium will have to really keep their foot on the gas against them. They can't just come in and beat them 1-0. They're going to really try to pump a lot of goals on them. So I kind of feel bad for those teams.